In this today's lecture, we are going to see about the braking methods of three-phase induction motor. So, in general, what is meant by braking? So, the process of applying brakes can be termed as braking. Brake is an equipment to reduce the speed of any rotating equipment like vehicles, locomotives, electrical machines, etc. So, in other words, it is the process of reducing the speed of any rotating machine. So, what are the types of braking available? So, we can classify the term braking into two parts. The first one is mechanical braking, the next one is electrical braking. Mechanical braking versus electrical braking. So, we know that in mechanical braking, we apply brakes manually. Okay, so in mechanical braking, the speed of the machine is reduced solely by mechanical process. It is full and full mechanical process. But if it is in electrical braking, it is more interesting. That means the whole process is depends on the flux and torque directions of the corresponding rotating machine. Okay, so the main disadvantage of the mechanical braking is it requires frequent maintenance and replacement of brake shoes. And the important thing is the braking power is wasted in the form of heat. The main advantage of this mechanical braking is it is used along with electrical braking to ensure reliable operation of the corresponding drive, and it is also used to hold the drive at standstill condition because many braking methods do not produce torque at standstill condition. So we see in our coming slides. So there are different types of electrical braking is available. The first one is plucking type braking or reverse current braking. The next one is dynamic braking or rheostatic braking, and the third one is regenerative braking. So first we see about the plucking type braking. So in this method, the terminals of supply are reversed. As a result, the generated torque also reverses, which resists the normal rotation of the motor so that the speed is decreased. So during plugging, yeah, external resistance is also introduced in the circuit to limit the flowing current. The only disadvantage or the main disadvantage of this method is the power is wasted here in the form of heat because we introduced some external resistance so that the power should be wasted across the resistance. So here in plugging, when the phase sequences of the supply of the motor running at a speed is reversed by simply interchanging the connection of any two phases of the stator on the supply terminal. Okay, so that the motoring will rotate in the opposite direction. So whenever we changes any two phase sequences, then automatically my motor will rotate in the opposite direction. Okay, so that the reversal of this phase sequences also reverses the direction of the rotating magnetic field. So this is the characteristics of the plugging in an induction motor. So in this diagram you see here, so whenever my speed is 0, my torque is not 0. Suppose at this point I should not disconnect my motor from the terminal supply, then automatically the speed will increase in the negative direction. So it means my motor will rotate in the opposite direction if I does not disconnect the supply of the motor. So that normally what we do means when my motor speed approaching near 0, then the supply terminal is cut off so that my machine comes standstill position very fastly. Okay, so that is explained here. So in induction motor braking, we should reverse the phase sequences of the motor by interchanging any two phases. Okay, so at this time the slip is around 2 minus s. Why? Because here the rotating magnetic field is in the opposite direction, so that it is add to the synchronous speed, so that the original slip of the running motor is s, we know that. Okay, so from the figure I'm already told that at zero speed the torque is not zero. That's why when the motor is needed to be stopped, and it should be disconnected from the supply at near zero speed. Suppose it should not be disconnected, then automatically my motor will rotate in the reverse direction. Okay, that is shown in the corresponding figure. So next, the applications of plucking. So normally the pluckings are used for the following purposes: maybe controlling elevators, rolling mills, printing presses, machines, tools, etc. So these are some common applications of plucking. And the next one is dynamic braking. Here, the reversing the direction of torque and braking the motor is called as dynamic braking. In this method of braking, the motor which is at a running condition is disconnected from the source, and I connected some resistance across the terminals of the machines, so that there is some energy will be stored in the inertia of the rotor, and that corresponding energy should be dissipated in the resistance at which where we connect the corresponding induction motors. Okay, here also the energy stored in the machine is wasted in the form of heat, because my machine is connected across the resistance. So due to the energy stored in the inertia, some current will flow through the external resistance and heat is generated, so that the stored energy will be wasted here. So during this braking, to maintain this steady state, torque, sectional resistance are cut out one by one. It is very important to maintain the steady state torque. Some sectional resistance are cut out one by one. It is very important in this method. So this is how the dynamic braking is employed in an induction motor. So in this type of induction motor braking, the motor is made to run on a single phase supply by disconnecting any one of the three phases from the source, and it is either open or it is connected with another phase. So when the disconnected phase is left to open, it is called two-lead connection. And when the disconnected phase is connected to another machine phase, it is known as three-lead connection. Okay, so this braking operation can be understood easily. When the motor is running on single phase supply, the motor is fed by positive and negative sequences, so that the net torque produced by the machine at that point of time is equal to the sum of torque due to positive and negative sequence voltages. At high resistance, the net torque is found to be negative and the braking occurs. So from the figure you should know that. So this is the normal running conditions of the motor. So if I disconnect any one of the supply and it is kept open, that means only two lead is connected, and we connect some external resistance to dissipate the stored energy in the corresponding machine. So this types of connection is called as two-lead connection. Suppose this disconnected phase is connected to any one of the phase, then it is called as three-lead connection. Okay. So then the next type of braking is regenerative braking. So it takes place whenever the speed of the motor exceeds the synchronous speed. Okay, so this method of braking is also called as regenerative braking, because here the motor works as generator and supply itself the power to the load. Okay, so the main criteria for regenerative braking is the rotor has to rotate at a speed higher than the synchronous speed. Then only the motor will act as a generator so that the direction of current flow will change so that it is able to supply the power to the corresponding source. The only disadvantage of this type of braking is my machine is to run to above a synchronous speed. So which will damage the motor mechanically and electrically. But the regenerative braking can be done at subsynchronous speed if the variable frequency source is available. But we have only a fixed frequency source. That is the concept. Okay. So if it is a three-phase induction motor, we know that the input power is given by 3 VLIL cos pi. Here cos pi is nothing but the phase angle between the stator phase voltage and the stator phase current. For motoring operation, this angle is less than 90 degree, and for braking operation, the pi value is greater than 90 degree. So that when the speed of the motor is more than the synchronous speed, or the relative speed between the motor conductors and the air gap rotating magnetic field reverses. As a result, the phase angle is greater than 90 degree, so that the power flow will be in the reverse direction. So at this condition, the regenerative braking takes place. If the source frequency is fixed, then the regenerative braking of induction motor can only takes place at above the synchronous speed. Suppose if the variable frequency source is available, then this regenerative braking is available below the synchronous speed also. Okay, the main advantage of this braking is here the power is generated. That means the stored energy is again fed back to the source. Here the energy is not wasted in the form of heat and etc. The only disadvantage of this type of braking is fixed frequency sources. We know that the machines are connected to some fixed frequency sources only. So that is the main disadvantages here. And the advantages is the generated power is usefully employed. I'm already repeated. The main disadvantage of this braking is the only fixed frequency sources, so that the braking cannot happen below synchronous speed. So these are some types of braking methods which are employed in three-phase induction motor. Thank you.